Good morning, I'm Simon Sporter and welcome to our latest video. Today we have Matthew Watson with us, who is the head coach of the East Bergholt Tennis Club. Welcome, Matthew.
Good morning, should I say afternoon, Simon?
Great to have you with us, and we're going to find out all about you and the club that you represent, and the fact that you became the National Club of the Year in the recent 2023 LTA award. So well done to you and to the club, first of all.
Thank you so much, Simon. We're very excited about the whole thing.
I'm sure. So tell me a bit about your background, just to start with.
Yeah, sure. So I'm an LTA level 3 qualified coach. I've been coaching tennis for over 20 years, mainly at small clubs or medium-sized clubs like ours. I've dabbled in bigger centres like David Lloyd's and things like that. I've been coaching at the club just over 3 years, I think now. So yeah, I've really passionate about tennis, passionate about getting people playing, and I guess I get my enjoyment from seeing people enjoy the game themselves.
Okay. And is your club, is it a community club? Is it a commercial club? How would you describe it?
So we very much a 3-court community club, 3 hard courts, 3 of the courts are floodlit. We currently have a shed. We don't have any running water. We don't have any we've got power to the shed, but there's not an awful lot in terms of facilities. So we have to share toilets and change room with a pavilion which is across the field from us, which is sort of used between the football club, the cricket club, and ourselves. We're very much the sort of poor neighbour in comparison to use we get from that. So we're looking to sort of develop our facilities with that side of things, if that makes sense.
Okay, sure. And you were obviously successful at a county level to win the award, and then regional level, and then national level. So tell me a bit about that journey and whether it's been good for the club, whether you'd recommend of nominating clubs and people in general for awards within the LTA.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about that whole area.
Absolutely, yeah. So obviously the awards is a once-a-year application which we heavily encouraged our members to nominate us as a club, and going for that sort of 3-stage process from county to regional to national. We would sort of encourage our members to put quality in their nomination rather than quantity. We did have quite a lot of our members did decide to nominate us. Firstly, I think it's great publicity for the club to start off with, to say that you won an award, whether it's county, regional, national, any award that you receive is a great way of promoting your club. And it might be that someone locally in the area might decide, like, I'm interested in getting into tennis, and they find out that your club's won an award, and it could be that decision process of perhaps joining one club that's not got an award, perhaps your club that's got an award. So, and from that, we've used it with our social media, we've used it with local press, newspapers. We've been on Le Keys, which is our local BBC TV news. So from a way of us getting out to people, the awards has been, a fantastic thing to be a part of.
Amazing. And did you go along to an awards event at county level? And then where did you go for your regional?
So great question. So because we won the Club of the Year awards for county, the county contacted us and it would be lovely to come and host the awards at your club. So we used the shared pavilion to hold. We had a couple of hours access to that, which we held the awards there. So obviously not just us, but other county award winners in terms of volunteers and coaches and things came to the day, and we put a nice sort of spread on, and that was a sort of a fantastic way of. We had Sandy Proctor, president from the LTA, come down on the day. So yeah, it was really good. And then with the regional awards, went to Nottingham. So we picked up award there, and we had a number of our members come along and enjoy tennis. So one, it's fantastic getting to go to Nottingham and watch some tennis, and obviously being a part of the awards was a bonus too. Yeah, so from county being at our club to regional being at Nottingham, and obviously lastly the national awards obviously being at the National Tennis Centre.
Yes. And did you go along to that?
Yes, so all the three events I was there. So yeah, county, regional, and national. And we had, not just myself, but a number of volunteers from our club would come along to the Nottingham and also the national event too. Obviously, lots of people tuned in on Zoom to watch
Yes.
the awards come through as well for the national event.
And you met one or two famous people, I believe, at the national event.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like to think, how many famous tennis players. I think I sat next to Joe Salisbury's mum. So obviously a very famous doubles player. We had Trevor McDonald presenting it. It's kind of quite nice to be sort of mixing it with, tennis personalities and also famous people too.
Okay, great. And your club, I assume, is volunteer run, apart from your
It is,
assistance
yeah.
as a professional.
Yeah, so I'm the one sort of paid person, if you like, I guess, that actually makes some money from the club, but the rest of it is heavily involved in volunteers. And I think when we sort of brought the club back from the dead, so to speak, we sort of looked at people that joined and different skill sets they may have. So whether that's someone that's, an accountant, right, you can come and be our treasurer, whether it's someone that's in IT or marketing. So we've probably got a base of maybe 11 or 12 committee
Right.
members, including chairman, vice chairman, treasurer, and so on. Obviously, help with that day-to-day running of the club. And if we don't have volunteers, then certainly we wouldn't perhaps be in the place we are today.
Great. And do you have junior programs, adult programs, even veterans programs? Do you have I assume you do some private lessons, but do you do group lessons? Are they run by yourself or is that just volunteer run?
So we have a really big program activity. So we've got adult group coaching, junior or youth group coaching. All those sessions are pretty much run by me. We've got a big program. I'm going to say we've probably got around 180 people across junior and adult that come per week for coaching. We push heavily on things like, cardio tennis and tennis express, like beginner type things for adults. Because I kind of feel with a lot of clubs, we try to engage so much with players that can already play the game, but we actually miss a trick and actually trying to attract new people to the game. And I think that's where a lot of clubs do tend to struggle. So we've got lots of those sort of courses that we run. We have sort of cardio twice a week, tennis express probably 2 or 3 times a week at various times. We run all the different youth programs from, blue, red, orange, green. We're a part of the Amazon Prime Youth Girls campaign as well, trying to encourage more girls into sport. So pretty much anything that the LTA kind of offer, we pretty much run a session of that, if that makes sense.
Okay, sure. And if I asked you for one word of advice you'd give to clubs and coaches right now, what would that word of advice be?
Great question. I think inclusion. I think you've got to include everybody. We run, disability tennis as well on part of our side of our normal programs as such. So I think, as a coach, you've got to kind of be, diverse, and you've got to try and attract more people to the game. And I think we are finding at certain clubs that maybe numbers of players and stuff are dwindling a little bit. And I think we've got to be, sort of creative as much as we possibly can to engage as many players or new players as we can.
Okay. And have you connected with any of the local schools and done any of the LTA programs where you can provide rackets or ball programs?
Absolutely, yeah. So obviously the LTA have this initiative where as a coach, you've got access to a funding pot of, say, £250. That gives you approximately 10 hours of coaching in a school. The school has to complete an online course. Once they do that, a voucher is generated. So we're probably in at least 5 or 6 local primary schools. And I do think a lot of clubs and coaches miss that trick where you've got to get out to people. You can't just expect people to find your tennis club. You've got to sort of get out and say, look, this is what we're doing. Here's, a taster. And then obviously from that taster, you can then look to provide and push them into your programs.
Okay. And finally, probably most difficult question to answer. Why do you think you won the national award? What was it about you and your club and what you've all obviously done together to make it as amazing and to really sort of others to recognize it?
Well, I guess the main thing is that in 2020, the club was pretty much on the verge of closure. So we had about 22 playing members. There was nothing ongoing whatsoever. So a lot of hard work in terms of getting your volunteers in and, you know, creating a program and creating a buzz around the place and just offering lots and lots of activity. And some may pay off and some may not, but you've just got to keep working at it. So I think the fact that we've kind of got something for everybody on our coaching program and also playing side. So we have, you know, social sessions two or three times a week, and we get like 30 plus people to answer those sessions. We've only got 3 courts. So you've got, you know, people waiting off. I think if you can create a positive buzz, and I think, you know, we've kind of with the awards and things that it's kind of creates a really positive, you know, atmosphere around the club, and people just want to get involved with pretty much everything you put on. So yeah, that's kind of, I think, in a nutshell, you know, we're just, you know, happy to try and get people playing.
Yes, great. Okay, well, thank you very much, Matthew. Thanks. Congratulations once again, and keep up the good work, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you very much.
Thanks for your time, Simon. Take care. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I get what you do.
I should have stopped the video.
Uh,